What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Vance.
It's a mod. It's a mod. Which one sounds better? The second one? It's a mod. What's up, y'all? It's a mod. There we go. Use the second one. Use the second one. What's up, y'all? It's a mod.
I might have to just keep the entire thing. That was hilarious. I digress. This is Welcome to the Record Report. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah, we're back. Yeah,
Another week.
we
Another
were.
week.
Yeah, another week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this week, we're actually reviewing an album from, unfortunately, a late legendary singer.
Mm.
We are reviewing D'Angelo's Brown Sugar. It's
Mm-hmm.
been a long time
Absolutely.
coming. We should have did this a while ago. I mean, like when I say a while, a couple of months, but we had
July, real. I saw the date. We had it around July for the anniversary.
yes,
That's when you
but
first had it on there. Yeah.
yes, but some shit was happening, and yeah, man, I'm glad that we're doing it now, though.
We
For
were
real.
actually supposed to record the day the news dropped, and we was like, we actually might need some more time.
Yes, real talk,
then
real
and we were
talk.
supposed to record that day. Like it's so crazy.
Yeah. I that day kind of hurt too, man, because like we woke up to that shit, and so what? I know I did. I know I
I did
did because
too.
I'm
I
not
did
on.
too. I was planning.
Okay,
Yeah, I did too.
yeah. All Hip Hop was one of the first to actually publish it. Shout out to Chuck and the team at allhiphop.com because yeah, they hit the nail in the head. One of the few to actually hit the nail in the head. But yeah, it was really tough to actually try to record that day, especially with me being like a huge fan of D'Angelo and his music. So I felt like if we were going to do an episode on this, I needed to actually listen to the music again and listen not only as a reviewer but also as a fan, just due to the situation. But I'm glad that we are doing this right now, this year,
Yeah,
today, whatever time we're doing this, whatever time you're hearing this. I'm glad that you are listening to this because I really feel like we got a lot to say about this album
yeah,
in
man.
so many ways, and we got a lot to say about D'Angelo, the artist, in so many ways. So without further ado, let's do D'Angelo, Brown Sugar. Let's get it. Brown Sugar is the debut studio album by the American musician D'Angelo, released on July 3rd, 1995 through EMI. The album was recorded during 1994 and 1995 in sessions at Battery Studios and RPM Studios in New York City and at the Pookie Lab in Sacramento. Its production, instrumentation, arrangements, and songwriting were primarily handled by D'Angelo, who employed both vintage recording equipment and modern electronic devices. The songs feature earnest lyrics about love and romance, set against a fusion of contemporary R&B and traditional soul music with elements of funk, quiet storm, and hip hop music. Brown Sugar debuted at number 6 on the U.S. Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, selling 300,000 copies in its first 2 months. With the help of its 4 singles, it spent 65 weeks on the Billboard 200 chart and received platinum certification within a year of its release. It was also met with widespread acclaim and earned D'Angelo accolades and 4 Grammy Award nominations, regarded by music journalists as a pivotal release in neo soul. And the rest is through Wikipedia, so grain of salt. I digress. Mod, after all of this reading about the greatness of this album and the greatness of D'Angelo, what did you think about your listen of Brown Sugar?
Man, it was this album is like amazing because it penetrates so many parts of you. Like you have the black experience. You probably remember this from your parents playing this or like your aunts or whatever, just whoever you was around that time. Because black people was playing this. I can't speak for everybody else, but I don't know anybody that's black when this came out that was not playing this, like playing D'Angelo. I'm talking
Real
about
talk.
barbershops, beauty salons, family events. My parents, strict black parents, because it wasn't even like he was saying things that was like too vulgar to want to listen to it.
Yeah.
If you think about R&B at the time, it was Blackstreet. It was shiny suit era. It was all of that. And he made a phenomenal album that it sound to me listening to this D'Angelo, I think about like when people say Mary J. Blige is the queen of hip hop soul. I think that same rule would apply for D'Angelo. You think about all of the remixes to this album that came out in the 90s. It wasn't like they was like came out 20 years later as like a re-release. Like these other remixes came out, became popular, and they put them on like the deluxe album version of that's Cool G Rap was on there, AZ was on there. Someone else I'm forgetting, but it was like very much hip hop sounding and influence. Not to mention the Method Man stuff that he does later on, the Method Man and Redman stuff. He was on Method Man's To Cow album. He was on a bunch of other stuff at the time. The Belly soundtrack, like Devil's Pie was supposed
Yep.
to be is Primo. He was singing over
Yep.
Primo. How crazy is that he was singing over Primo?
Yeah.
So it's like that hip hop soul thing that Mary J. Blige should and known is for. I feel like that the same thing applies to what D'Angelo was doing. And he made a masterpiece of an album through and through that channels so many different emotions. It channels so many different essence of like the black experience and how different aspects of it, things you see, things you feel, but also like the social and the mental aspect of it. Some of his music sounds more like conversational with yourself, like my thoughts, right?
Yeah.
And I think those make for amazing songs. And then just like the simplicity of the production. He only had one other person he worked with on every song. It wasn't like a large thing. So they playing the instruments together, they making the sounds and making production together. So him and Bob Power does most of it. And then him and Ali Shaheed do Brown Sugar. And then the Pookie thing you was talking about, that is Raphael Sadiq's house. Because Raphael Sadiq told the story about when D'Angelo came out there to record. What song did he record together? Oh my God.
They did. I think he wrote lyrics for one of the songs. Hold on, I'm going to I'm going to it now. Let's see.
Raphael Sadiq was on
Lady.
Lady. Yeah.
Lady. Yeah.
Yes. He produced it. He produced it. And, he said that song was originally for, oh my God, I can't remember who he said it was for. But he said the song was originally for someone else on the interview that I watched. But no, it was amazing to revisit this album because it would make you listen to all the other D'Angelo albums. And it's just true craftsman of like a body of work that flows between songs, that sounds amazing, that tells different stories. It's just like the perfect like tapestry of art and the black experience and Sonic. It is perfect. It's one of the few, in my opinion, perfect albums. That's how I felt about this. There are great
You abs
albums. There are classic albums. Perfect albums is different. It's different. It's a perfect album. It's very few of those.
This is one of the albums I will say is unskippable.
Yeah,
I would definitely say that. Every single time I hopped on this album, any of the songs can get play. Like,
absolutely.
and I chose this out, and yeah, what you're saying is correct. So it's very important to, I guess, explain why I chose this album. Aside from the fact that it hit its 30th year, this album is very important to my life because, as you said in the beginning, like so many people played this song. I heard D'Angelo's music on the radio because he's from the DMV area, even though it's Virginia. And, there are debates about if the Richmond area is considered the DMV. I think that's
It's
all
not.
bullshit. It's
It's
still,
not.
yeah, it's a whole different world out there. I get
It's
it.
a
I
whole
get it.
different
But
world. It's a whole different
but
world.
I still fuck with people. I still got family down there. So like Virginia is kind of another home for me. So you know what I'm saying? I will say that it didn't feel local to me, but you could feel like this was a whole movement across the radio waves and just just our community, you know what I'm saying? Just really fell in love with this album, similar to some of the greats. Sly and the Family Stone, even Beverly, I hope I say this right, Beverly and Mays, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Frankie Beverly, you know what I'm talking about. Frankie Beverly and Mays, there you go. But just to kind of go back to this album, both before and after his death, yeah, this was definitely a magnum opus for D'Angelo, despite the fact that I understand that people would go to Voodoo for its more hip hop influences. Also, I will include the fact that the more I listen to this album, the more, instead of it just being neo soul or just soul in general, this is a funk and blues album. If
Yeah.
you look at some of the issues that are talked about, there are elements of blues on here. There are elements of darkness on here that's similar to what the album that we reviewed from Sly and the Family Stone. Like, there's a ride
Mm-hmm.
going on. There's some of those
Yep.
elements that are implemented here, despite the fact that it's smooth and grown and sexy and shit like that. Of course, that's the thing that hits your face first. But the more you listen to it, the more like you said, you hear these different societal issues and these relatable situations, despite the fact that they might be a little bit, how should I say, over the top. So
Mhm.
it's like this album was so good sonically, but the more I listen to it, the more I don't just see this as an album that talks about love. It also talks about the life of a black man who is in love and
Yeah.
who faces struggles as he continues to grow this love, despite the fact that, these issues do persist in some ways, whether it's within the relationship or outside of it, that affects it. This was such a good album. It's so pivotal to my life. We tried to get my dad on, but yeah, his schedule crazy. But this was definitely an album that brought our family together when it first came out. And then for me, when I was listening to it in college, it kind of gave me the old soul I needed to appreciate music a little bit more as I started becoming a journalist. So this is a critical album to my life and also my love for not only R&B, soul, jazz, many of the elements that are in this rap, many of the elements that are in this album, but it also was one of the first albums that made me appreciate alternative music a little bit more, especially the road that he went down with albums like Voodoo and Black Messiah for sure, which I have a really good memory about that album, but we're probably talking about it down the road. Remind me if I forget though. You know what I'm saying?
It also made me his passing also really made
Mm,
me wanna, try to see, like, your legends when you can. Because I remember when he came back out 2014 with that, I really wanted to go see him because 'cause I'm like, "Yo, this is D'Angelo." Like,
yes.
it's like I never thought I would see D'Angelo. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? And I was at the age of still going to concerts. I
Yes.
started going to concerts, and I was like, "Let me get my wife a ticket." But, I was like, "Man, he gonna go. This ain't his last tour. He be all right." Like, it wasn't tickets was crazy. I've been second guessing, kicking out or whatever it was. And you're like, "Shit, man, he never did it again." And I went on
Right.
tour again.
Right. Well, I guess since we're here, I might as well just throw the story out there. I know I tried to foreshadow it. Okay. The one time I saw D'Angelo,
Mhm.
Pro Punk 2014.
Uh,
This was This was months before this was literally months before, Black Messiah dropped. But everybody was so excited because not only was it just D'Angelo performing, but he was performing with the Roots. So,
mm,
the Roots were pretty much his instrumentation and, of course, since D'Angelo knows how to play instruments like he was leading, and he didn't play any of his songs, any of his normal songs. He played straight up rock songs, he played funk songs. The first song outside of the intro track that they played, he sang "Burning and Looting" by the Wailers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He played Black Roses. Like he was playing like rock, funk, like it was just all Black Roses, like all different kinds of music. I just said Black Roses, but just different forms of music that wasn't his. And not only was the performance fucking dope, just in general, it blew my mind as to how good he was, despite the fact that it's been a while since he's even showed his face. Because I think the only time before we actually saw him on this stage was I think the BET Awards. And that was like a year before. It wasn't even like a long time before that. Like that was
yeah,
I think I could be wrong, but I knew that he showed his face on one of the BET Awards and everybody lost their minds. Cause it was like, oh nigga, you back. But like this was like his first performance ever. You know what I'm saying? Following the long hiatus he took. And to actually be able to cover and capture that moment at Afropunk the same year that Mike Brown died and the aftermath of what was happening in Ferguson happened, it was important. And I think one thing that we could bring back to this album is the fact that D'Angelo is never about himself. He's always about the moment and the music. And
yeah,
even when I look at some of the collaborations he's had on this album, it doesn't only showcase how great he is as an artist with production, with making the music, crafting the lyrics, and crafting the stories, but then also the people that he's with. It also showcases their greatness. Ali Shaheed Muhammad, Angie Stone, you know what I'm saying?
uh-huh,
Raphael Sadiq, like William Robinson, Marvin Tarplin, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Bob Power, like these people helped create this album and it's not just a showcase of who D'Angelo is, it's a showcase of who they are. And I felt like for the longest time, even with Voodoo and the success, gifted and the curse that brought, it was still important for him to showcase the greatness of other people as well as, his own work instead of him being the symbol. You know what I'm saying? I hope I said that correctly, but
No,
yeah. I ended with that. I digress. What's your
yeah,
what's your what's
that's a
your
good
what's
point.
your what's your third choice?
Oh man, it's really hard to rank any of these songs. If you see me one day, and if you ask me again tomorrow, the order might change.
Yep, same here. It was hard actually
Today,
coming up with the three.
today, all right is the first song on my pick. There's certain elements in the song I've always loved. I love how the first song starts off like real dreamy, and then you hear like the drums come in, and the whole feeling of the song changes. I love
Yeah.
the tone of it. I love the pitch of his voice. The all
All
right, it would make you
right.
feel like it felt gospel-y at moments, like a gospel song. The theme is very uplifting, being all right. Everything's gonna be all right. So just the opening of the album, essentially. I really enjoyed it. I love the tone of the message. I love the sounds of it. It's a great way to open up an album, and this is one song that just lasts, man. It's just amazing. It's a perfect, again, amazing. All right.
Shit was so good, man. That little setup to the beat, man, like doom 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 boom. Like that shit was hard, bro. The beat itself always caught me. This was one of my favorites back in college, freshman year. I'm always on repeat. This is the one of the first ones that actually caught my attention, man. Just the way that the production is done. It didn't just feel like a D'Angelo beat. It felt like something that Maxwell can also skate off of too, but he managed to do it the way that he wanted to, and it sounds so smooth. I also like the way that the beat flips when he gets into the second parts of his verse. That shit is all dope before they break into the chorus. It's just so good, man. And then the crazy thing is, this is the second track off of the album. You still got more dope shit to get through. Man, this was so good, man. So I will say that as time moved on, I did begin to have other favorites, but I definitely remember this getting a lot of spin when I was just walking on campus, you know what I'm saying? With my little MP3 player, not even the iPod yet. But the chorus, the choir in the back, the mini choir, because it's mainly just D'Angelo singing everything. Like it's simple, but it's so layered and it has its own level of depth that takes more than one listen to actually break down. So good. So good.
I would also say I love how each song is another moment in a relationship. Like from his
Yes.
perspective, this song is him telling his girl, like, we're fine, we're gonna be okay. Like, don't worry too much. We're gonna be fine. Like, we good. Like, so stop. Da 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 da. Like, that is the entire song. That's the feeling you get from the song, the energy you get from the song. That's how it feels. Everything about it is. Like, we gonna be fine. Like, it's pitchy. Everything gonna be all right. Shake it. Like, they kept saying it. Like, he says it over and over. And most of the song is everything's gonna be all right. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
constant. Like, it's happened. It's happened. It's happened. So
Yeah.
just even the songwriting intricacies were amazing. Just wanted to highlight that too.
Yeah. I also like the fact that you include like the gospel elements too, because you do get that throughout this entire album. But the fact that this is kind of like the first taste aside from the single, that you get this sense of like euphoria or inspiration or motivation from it is really dope. But it's still cool and it's still smooth. You can still play this in the cut at night or you can play this in the middle of the day. And the versatility that comes from this song, despite the fact that it's just one vibe, it's beautiful and timeless. Gotta include timeless.
That's timeless for sure. That's for sure. What's yours?
I also got to talk about I also got to mention that fucking breakdown. You know what I'm saying? When they get to the second verse, just let the
Yeah,
beat ride. Yeah,
yeah.
shit fire. Cool, man. Yeah, sorry. So,
No, you have to. It's like something. It be vibing, man. Like it sounds amazing.
yeah, yeah, man. This is just some shit you could just light an incense to and clean up the crib, bro. And it still sounds so fucking good, bro. God damn. All right. I'm gonna say, hmm, this is tough because I feel like my mind from the past is clashing with my mind from the future, as always with some of these older albums that I choose. But I think for this one, I'm gonna choose Jones in My Bones as the third one. Yeah. Right after All Right.
Damn,
My
we're gonna just
gosh.
go song by song. That's so funny. Go
I
ahead.
mean, shit, we might as well. I mean, shit, the whole thing good. But I know we gotta do top three. We gotta keep it interesting. But I'm just gonna say Jones in my bones. I will say this. This was another song that caught me off guard when I first heard it, just mainly due to the beat itself, the way that it starts. First of all, like the little, I don't know what it is, chimes, little xylophone in the back, bro. That shit is already like, it's refreshing. It sounds so good. And not in a way that, just it's just about the music. It's like the little sounds, the things that really bring the song together. And then they just get into that smooth ass beat and that bass line before they come in with the da 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 da. Oh my god, it was so good. And that's just the beat. And then D'Angelo just hop on that bitch. Said I got a Jones in my bones. Like that shit smooth, bro. And it's just so fucking cool throughout the entire song. Of course, it's him actually singing a little bit more as the song is going on. And it's kind of cool to actually hear him kind of push his vocals out a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? He did it on all right. So I will say that. But it's also kind of cool to hear him like try to hit the high notes and stay on it for a little bit. It kind of shows some of the greatness that he had before he did Untitled, you know what I'm saying? Which actually showed his vocal range. But songs like this, despite the fact that it's fucking cool as shit, like you can still hear the way that those vocals are just moving around in so many different ways. And then also Angie Stone was a part of this too. So I feel like some of her, I don't know how she helped. I don't know if it was specifically for songwriting or for vocal inflection, but man, you could tell that she had her hand on something within this song because the more that after I read that she was a part of this song particularly, and I started going back to some of her music, I started hearing some of those elements in this song. So it was kind of cool that this kind of had a coaching tree in some way, and I wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah, well, yeah, they have a child together, so I'm sure they
That's true.
definitely
That's true.
worked on music together as well. And I know they was probably together during this time. I love the boom bap element of this song. It sounds like someone's gonna rap at some point in time, right? At toward the end,
Right.
it's the doom doom tap doom. Like I just love that element of it. I love the sound. It's different from what you hear from other R&B. It's just very interesting, fascinating. It sounded like he was like scatting. It sounds like a lot of his I love his live
Right.
album. His live album is my favorite. One of my favorite anythings of his is his live album because you get the like idea what it would be like to hear him live. This sounds like he's like in a club performing and
Yeah.
he just singing like a old blues man in a corner somewhere singing out some songs and you just come across it and just some fire music. It gets that energy of like because his storytelling is very like bare and stripped down from Sonic. It's not like a lot of stuff. It is like electric, like funk
Yeah.
inspiration with his voice at
Yeah.
times, but
Yeah.
it does feed, which is probably really amazing because you think about like funk, it was like big. It was all these guitars and jazz and all this news and George Clinton. It was loud. It was big. He used the same funk sonic elements with his voice to change it and the guitars and stuff like that. But he like stripped it all down and was able to tell stories with now the story now the energy is different. Now I can be a better of a I can use this vessel better because now I can tell better stories. And each verse, each song is a different story or a different tale that he's telling. It is amazing. It's like the thing that Biggie gets credit for is ability to build worlds within his albums and like tell these elaborate schemes and stories and different things. This gives me that same vibe because he's telling these elaborate, like, if he named his 10 songs about a woman, it would be on point because that's literally what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jones in My Bones is a great song. I love this song too. Like it was really hard not to pick this song. But yeah, great pick.
Yeah. This definitely
Great
gives me
pick.
like Dilla vibes. Now that you say like the hip hop
Yeah,
elements
yeah,
of it, man.
Dilla,
It's fire.
absolutely perfect example.
Yeah.
Dilla, yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Why didn't nobody rap over shit? Like, well, I could be wrong. Somebody could have rapped over shit like this, or at least this beat. But I've never heard nobody rap over this beat, and it's like it's perfect. Whoever's listening to this right now, rap over that shit. Send it to us. Let's hear what you talking about.
I would
But
love
I
for people
digress.
sample if people sampled his songs, not just remade his
Ooh,
songs. Don't they always like they read their brown sugar and I really hated it. Just sample his
right.
music and make new fire songs.
Right. Like, let's hear this bass line over a bounce song. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's hear this shit over like some electronic bass, you know what I'm saying? Let's hear some differences, you know what I'm saying? There gotta be a level of creativity that is here. And especially with AI, really coming around the corner, man. We gotta find some level of creativity that's there, man. Like, come on, bro. I digress though. I think that sounds like it's your next choice.
Oh, I'm sticking with the story. I'm sticking with, like, the storytelling, the old man in the bar. I'm playing in a jazz thing in the middle of the night, and he coming in for dinner, like, from a '90s movie or whatever. I'm still
Okay.
sticking that is in my opinion, where he was thinking about performing these maybe that's what he was performing that before he blew up, I don't know, but that's the
Yeah.
vibe I get from listening to this.
Yeah.
I love When We Get By.
Okay.
'Cause it literally sounds like if you would imagine BB King, if you see how BB
Yeah.
King performed, when he wasn't on the stage, he was on, like, clubs and, like, in rooms, and he's performing, like,
Yeah.
in a room, and it's not that big, so you gotta have, like, the right level of musicians, and they would use his time to tell stories and stuff like that and everything. And that's what they would do, and they would just the music was so beautiful because it was so bare, but he was able to, like, again, tell stories because the way that like, it's like a comedian controlling a room doing stand-up. It's really amazing. Listen to the song "When We Get By." The bass line throughout is, like, literally addictive.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
it is
Yes.
is, like, hypnotizing. It is draws you in through this entire weave of this entire song. This bass line is just controlling your, like, attention
So
span.
good.
Yeah, and then he comes with, like, a very, uh, memorable rhyme pattern because he's using a lot of W's. So it's like the thing is going boom, 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 boom. So it's a constant, like, a flow. You feel this the reverberation of the W. So it's when we get by, when we get by, when I look, it's just a constant use of W. I don't know if this is on purpose, but it further brings you in because like a common sound
Yeah.
that you start thinking about, which is brilliantly done. It's throughout the entire song. And this again, song is creative. When you think about storytelling, like he says, everything is okay. Again, talking to the girl, when we get by, we're gonna be fine. I love the storytelling. I mean, I love how I fit into it. I love that this is just another song craving to his showing to his woman that he's gonna get by. I absolutely love it. And I really think the W thing is a real thing. If you look at the song, every line starts with W.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the lyrics right now. When we get by, we'll make it by. When we get by with love. When we get by, we'll make it by. When we get by with love. And then when you actually get into the verse, when we get by, we'll make it by. Of course, the same thing. I look in your eyes. When I look in your eyes, I know what you're thinking of. Cause it's just a beautiful day. And you know that's a fact. You scratch mine, I'll scratch your back. Sugar, you're so fine, and the journey's fine and we'll be fine when we make it by and we get by with love. That's beautiful. It's so simple. The same thing. This song was so dope because it also incorporates like a little bit of swing jazz in some cases, a little bit, but a little bit more
Absolutely.
softer compared to like
Absolutely.
how fast swing jazz can move in some cases. But that bass line is swing all the way, and I love the implementation of it in this album because it doesn't sound like any of the other tracks off of Brown Sugar. Like it's still soulful, it still has remnants of the past, but
Mhm.
it doesn't take away from the other elements that the other album has when it comes to this whole, I guess, kaleidoscope of neo soul. It feels like it's just another part of it, which is really dope. Which is something that I liked about this album because whenever I got to this song, it didn't feel like I needed to change. It felt like just another part of the album or just another story that he's telling.
Mhm.
Specifically, the love that he has for this woman and the love that keeps them together so they can get by. I didn't make that shit up. I just came out. It just came off the tongue. But I digress. Like this song was dope. And once again, I definitely appreciated this kind of in my college years, but as time went on, I think my mind has changed a little bit. But this is definitely still a good song for for the car for sure.
Absolutely,
Like you
100%.
said, that bass line is mesmerizing, and I remember just driving around and just having that bass line kind of attract other people because it hit so hard. And then also that little jazz implementation near the end was
Mhm.
also super dope too. So yeah, yeah. Once again, just showcasing so many elements from different genres of music, but just in its own way with this own specific track and still being inspiring in some cases, despite some of the dark shit that is on this album that we're probably going to get into for sure. I
Yeah,
digress.
that's my second one.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going to get into the dark shit right now because my second choice is going to be shit. Damn, motherfucker. Come on now. Come on now. Shit, I'm move my
That's
microphone.
my
Sorry, y'all.
favorite. That's my favorite song.
That's
Damn,
your number one?
that's my
That's your
number
number
one.
one? I had a
That is my
feeling.
number one.
You did say storytelling. You did storytelling. Storytelling. You did say that. Shit, damn motherfucker is my shit. And as an adult, I appreciate it more and more. Now, granted, when I first heard it, even as a kid, I was like, this shit is fire. That bass line, the way that the bass line kicks throughout the song, and then it builds up to that second part. Da-da-da-da-da-da, and then that breakdown. What, nigga? What? Shit is crazy. Ooh, that shit fire, bro. Like, it's so fucking cool. It starts out kind of like you in a juke joint, and you just hear and you hearing the motherfucker about to tell you some real shit. It
You don't even
it
hear his
gave me
voice for the
blue.
first 30 seconds.
You don't.
You don't
It's
hear
just
his
a
voice.
fucking producer going mad crazy in that bitch, bro. It was
Mhm.
so fucking cool. My gosh. And that's even before he even gets to the lyrics. Of course, if you don't know about this song, mainly about him getting cheated on. Well, his wife cheating on him with his best friend. And then things get crazy after that. This song is really dark, especially when he continues to give you more context about the situation as it progresses. There you go. Sings that first part in the beginning, man. You already know some shit was going to get down, but it's kind of dope to also have that little breakdown right after that to kind of like vibe out a little bit in between the storyline progressing. But he kept this shit real simple, and he does it throughout this entire album as well. Like a lot of the verses are just fucking simple, but
Yes, it is.
so vivid and so graphic, especially in this case. So
And
when
he knows
I
how to sing. He knows how to sing, so he's able to elongate stuff or say it again, and it still sounds good. Like,
yes, yes,
why
thi
are
are
you
you
sleeping with
sleeping
my
with my
woman?
woman?
It's a great
Yo, you
opening bar.
and then right before he even gets to the break to the chorus and shit, my best friend and my wife, just the fucking image of that.
Great songwriting, yo.
My
It's
God.
amazing. It's
My God.
amazing.
Yo, like I can already just feel how he feeling and just God, he takes us there and then just shit damn motherfucker. Like, come
That's
on,
like
bro. Like
that is an
fucking
amazing hook.
genius, man.
That's a great hook. It's a great
Fucking
hook.
genius. I don't even know how he got away with that shit, especially as the title, but that's the chorus. And he ain't like those three words. For many people, it might just be curse words, but even in this case, it means so much more. And you know some shit is about to happen. You know some shit about to really go down as the song continues.
I
Man,
wanna
that
edit
shit.
out that I wanna edit the part where he after he says it the 3rd time, he just says, "Motherfucker." I just want that part to be cut off.
Motherfucker.
I just want that one part because this sounds so angelic,
Real shit. Real shit.
you know?
You
It's like
it
the
took me
opposite of
time to
Sam
appreciate that.
it's like the opposite of Sam Jackson. A note also wanna note to my bad to cut you off,
No, you good.
is also wanna note that this song is still 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It's not a lot of songwriting, and he's
Yeah,
still painting a picture and telling the story, like, I think there's something to, like, being able to be create full songs and still, like, not overdo it. I think sometimes, like, people complain about songs being too long. It's like, no, song's not as good. This is still a 3-minute song.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is a well, how many it's 53 minutes and it's 10 songs. We get 10 songs for 35 minutes now. I'm just saying.
And I feel like I like what you just said there because I feel like I think that's what makes, I guess, genres like blues so, I guess, mesmerizing. Like the idea of like being able to really tell this story and put your feelings out there, your raw feelings out there in only a matter of minutes. You know what I'm saying? Only genres like blues and in some cases funk can really do that. And this song has so many elements of that shit. That's why it's like one of my favorites to this day. And I will say, like when I was a kid, I didn't really understand, but I don't know why my dad let me play that. I probably know why he played that shit, but I don't know why he played it around us. But this was one of the ones that still managed to catch my attention, especially when I got to college and I started realizing some of the things that were
Listen, the first time somebody do something wrong on you, you play this song, man.
yeah,
What?
yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah.
What?
Now.
What?
Oh yeah, you in for some shit, dog.
What?
This
You be what? Man,
shit. This is a
this
song
is a
gangsters play, bro.
it's the broken hearts theme song, right?
Real shit, bro. Real shit.
Hell yeah. You going through
Shit.
something, man. You play this joint one time, you be like, yeah, shit there, motherfucker. I do think it's also how funny the song is. He opens up. So
Mhm.
imagine you never heard this before. You play it for the first time, and the second verse goes, "Why both of you, but me."
Ball naked.
But he's painting the picture, yo. This is so
Yeah,
skillful. He's still. It's funny. It's not long, so it's not draining you out. But it's also like
yeah,
painting a picture. Like I really hope these younger artists are like revisiting this stuff and being like, hold on, these are long songs. Like these are 4 minutes. These are 5 minutes, and he's not even talking that much. But he's just
right.
doing it in a way that's so creative. I can paint my own world, and it sounds good, and it brings you in. Like they don't want to do too much song creating. He was making wonderful songs without using like being a wordsmith, but he was the words he used was so like potent. I don't know,
Yeah,
man. It's I don't know how he's
yeah.
able to do both, but it sounds amazing, and it's
Less is
really
more.
just great writing too. See, this is a movie. This is a TV show. Like, this is a story. This is a
Yeah.
shit.
I feel like
This was on. This is on a movie.
soul food.
Best Man. This is on Best Man. Wasn't this on Best Man?
Oh shit.
When he found out that his friend was sleeping with his woman? Am I making that up?
Yeah. And yeah, let me
Is that the Mandela effect?
it might be.
I'm not making that up. Am I
Let's
tripping?
confirm that. I wouldn't be surprised if there was D'Angelo on here, but I don't know if it's that song though. Best Man
I know he
1999.
has songs on Brown Sugar, right? I'm not making that up. Maybe it's the Mandela effect, but I'm pretty sure this song was playing
Yeah, I'm looking here. I don't see no D'Angelo. Oh shit! No, you're right. Yeah, shit, damn motherfuckers on here. Written by
when.
D'Angelo. It's Michael Archer. Yeah, you're right.
Where'd you find it?
IMDb to
And
actually
they already got
confirm
it
it.
on there. Oh, bet I didn't make it
Yeah.
up.
Yep. Yep. Damn. Which makes sense because the storyline literally says that. It's what happened
Damn,
when you kiss motherfuckers on the forehead, man.
now I gotta find the scene.
Hey, bro, that movie is wild. But then again, I mean, I'd give it the I it's Nia Long. Come on, man. Like, I mean, I know the actor is different from the character, but come on, man. Nia Long. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. But yeah,
Listen, it's a great movie, and I wish
great movie.
make more movies like it.
Yes. Yes.
We need more black
It's
movies
right.
like that.
We do, especially at this time, you know. Keep pushing them out. I'll go see
Need more
Run.
black movies.
Fine. Yes. Have you seen Run? Have you heard of that movie before?
What the hell is that?
Imma just
What's
send it
that?
to you out.
Send
I
it to me.
don't I'll send it to you. It's so interesting. But yeah, man. Yeah, shit that motherfucker, man. That's the number 2 for me, man.
That's my
You got
favorite
a number?
song, yo.
That's your number 1?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to respect the rules. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. But yeah, I ain't
Okay.
gonna throw. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna have integrity to my list.
Okay, well, that makes it a lot harder for me because
I just want to say this song is so amazing. It sounds phenomenal. If you never heard this before, please go play this song.
yes.
It's storytelling. It's a comedy. It is a drama. It's a rom. It is a comedy thriller. It's a suspense. I don't know what you want to call it, but he has it all into this story. Why am I wearing handcuffs? Is a great. It's just a wonderful. It's all questions. Like it is. Yeah, and the hook is like just 3 curse words, man. How do you go wrong with that?
So simple.
You can't, man. It's
Yeah.
wonderful, man. It's
Less is more.
beautiful.
That's the key lesson from that song. Less is more. With only 3 songs, he told a whole ass story. That's fucking crazy.
I just love like the dude. That's I don't know. It's just so it's like bare, like him and the guitar, like him telling the story, man. I love
And
this
like,
album, yo.
it's crazy too because they always just they implement those 3 keys in you
Mm-hmm.
know in between the songs. So you might hear it here, you might hear it there, you might just hear the bass, you might hear the build up. They just fuck around with everything throughout the entire song. So fucking good, man. So fucking good. This whole album is good, man. This whole album good, which is why my number one is very tough to actually choose. But I guess I'll throw in a recommendation, and that will be Brown Sugar.
Oh,
Because why? Come on, common sense. Come on now. Brown Sugar
makes
is definitely super dope. Definitely a single off of the album. It's really funny because despite the fact that he's talking, so it's a really good single, and despite the fact that it sounds like he's talking about a girl, there's always been kind of a debate about whether it's really about women or it's about the sweet greenery, that some people may indulge in.
that's the
Like,
amazing of songwriting.
yes.
The whole song could be a double entendre. That's just kudos. Oh, it is. It's true.
Yeah, yeah. Know what I'm saying?
The interpretation is up to the listener.
Yeah, yeah,
I know. I think there's other songs like that. Rick James, Mary Jane.
yeah. Come on now.
It's definitely the innuendo is stronger, but it's double
Oh yeah,
entendre still.
yeah. Cleverly
Yeah.
done. You know.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that's definitely a recommendation. It's also a legendary song, has been used in movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. Come on, come on. So yeah, it was tough choosing between that one and then our number one, which is going to be Lady. This one grew on me as the years went by. Of course, it is another single off of the album. It's another amazing song off of the album. But I think the more and more that I
Wait,
listen to,
which one was your number one?
my
You had
number one
two?
is Lady. Well, yeah. So Brown Sugar
Oh,
is
Brown
my
Sugar was your number
recommendation.
two. The
No, no, no.
recommendation.
Recommendation.
Oh,
Yes.
gotcha, gotcha,
Brown,
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha,
Brown
gotcha,
Sugar
gotcha.
is a recommendation. And then the number one actually is Lady. Yeah.
I think that's cool that the last two songs were the two songs that weren't produced by either him or the guy Bob Power. It's the two outside, not outside, but the two other songs. That's kind of cool. But yeah, talk about Lady.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, yeah. Bob Powers is also a monster on this entire album. So let's give him his credits. I think the last we did a good job with the last couple of songs that he produced. I will say though, Lady kind of took time to grow on me, despite the fact that I did like it in the past. I always liked Brown Sugar more because it was the lead single off of the project, and it's pretty much the easier to consume kind of song because it is the hit single. But I think with Lady is so smooth. It's so simple. Once again, it doesn't say a lot, but it says a lot with the sound that it's using and the way that D'Angelo, his voice is being able to kind of just go over this mellow ass beat. It also uses again those elements of hip hop, elements of soul. But I think that what I like about this one is that piano that is kind of in the later half of the song.
Raphael Sadiq. That is Raphael Sadiq.
My
And you
God.
know it. We know it,
No, he
Raphael
murked
Sadiq.
that shit.
It's the
My
only
God.
piano I think on the whole album. It's the only
I think
piano I
it
think on the
is.
whole album. I think it's the only
Bro, that
piano.
shit was funky. That shit was so fucking
It was
funky. Oh my
fire.
God.
It was
And
fire.
it's
It was
after
fire.
all of that. Like you gotta
Mm-hmm.
include like the breakdown after the chorus. It was this was so good. And I know it's another single. I know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have Bob Power. It's not a B cut, but I'd be wrong to not include this on my top three just due to the sheer fact that even though it is a single off of the project, it still kind of gives off as like a B side. And the popularity around it doesn't compare to Brown Sugar. Like Brown Sugar is like the biggest track off of the album, like hands down. But for this one to kind of come along and still provide that level of funk, a level of soul, and still kind of be the thing that you would hear around your neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? And maybe, your uncle's whip and shit like that. Like it provided another memory for me outside of what Brown Sugar provided. And I think that's why I liked it more, especially as time moved on. Because it wasn't just that big hit that we heard everywhere. Of course, we heard a lot of other D'Angelo songs everywhere, but I think this one was special because it was so cool and it really showed how much he put into the love element of his music. You know what I'm saying? This was one of the songs that really showcased love at its highest peak with D'Angelo. Despite the fact that there were other tracks, maybe on his live projects or other collaborations he did, like the Space Jam project, this really showcased that level of like funk, but then also like R&B and love, slow jams in some cases. So yeah.
One line they said they regarded some of this as quiet storm. So I like, yeah, I definitely can see. Like you
Yeah.
said, slow jams,
Yep.
quiet storm. Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
agree with what you're saying.
That's a subgenre now? That's a new subgenre?
It been one. I think Quiet Storm was a long time. I think it's based on, yeah, right here
Radio
it says it's based on Smokey Robinson album 1975.
the actual song.
That album. So they say that's like the beginning of the subgenre of R&B as Quiet Storm. So I can hear someone that's been considered Quiet Storm, but Lady is not. Lady is a loud song. It's a get up, it's a move song. That piano is just does something to you. So Raphael Sadiq was a perfect song, perfect person for that. I think he brought that Tony energy to this song. I'm gonna send you the video of him talking about making a song because it was just a great interview and just he gave great insight. And he was saying he had already they already made the song. I can't remember who made the song for, and some of the part was already there, but they had like the start off with just the bass line, I think, the do 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 do, and then they just build it on and build it on and build it on, and they added on the
Yeah.
piano stuff like that, and it just became a thing. And I love Lady, man. It's a great song. I play this. It's a wonderful song. Yo. It's a happy song.
Yes.
It's a great song. It's a great energy song. It's a positive song. I feel like this and Brown Sugar are the songs I heard the most. And I think me and those dreaming hours of mine too. I think the
Oh
people I was around
yeah.
my aunts at the time
Oh
definitely
yeah.
played that. Lady was always getting played. I feel like the song lived
Yeah.
on forever. Man, wow, what an album!
Yeah.
What an
Yeah.
album! Oh my
This
goodness,
album was unskippable, like for real, like
unskippable.
really,
Yeah,
really unskippable. Even when you get to higher, like you still jamming the higher. You know what I'm saying?
still
That's when you
jamming.
really, that's when you get that Sunday soul vibe, bro. Like that's when you
Hmm.
actually get that gospel shit. But this album is unskippable, man. I'm glad that I I don't like the fact that D'Angelo has passed away, but I really feel like now that, he's leaving the digital footprint in the culture, I really hope that will give people who may have not listened to his music in the past the actual chance to go listen to his shit because his shit is so fucking good. And like even the two albums that come after that, like this motherfucker, he ain't drop an album after Voodoo. He ain't drop an album 14 years after the Voodoo and dropped a funky ass album in Black Messiah. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, and
that
even then,
inspired some of the best work of that generation.
yes. And then he was in Red Dead Redemption 2. That shit caught me off guard because I was playing that shit and I was like, is this D'Angelo? Oh shit, it's D'Angelo, bruh. Come on, man.
They said he liked the game so much he made them a song.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I got that shit on my playlist too, bro. Like this shit's so good. It made me cry, bro. Like it made me cry just listening to cause like that's always been something with the game itself. But like it just caught me off guard because D'Angelo loves music so much that he finds a way to provide his services to contribute to the entire culture or the bigger picture. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Just like his Afropunk 2014 performance, he never been about himself. And that's one thing I really didn't like about what Untitled did to him. And like knowing the story of
Yeah.
like how he walked away from music because of all the attention he was getting for his body and his face and shit like that. And you know that this brother is not necessarily about the image and shit. He never been about that. He's always been about the music. And when he stripped down to just that, and despite the fact that he has a great album, I think a Grammy Award winning album in Voodoo. You know what I'm saying? Grain of salt. We got to
No,
confirm
it
that
is a
first.
fact. No,
Oh, it's a
he
fact.
does.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he won award. He won for Grammy. Yeah, he did. That's a fact. That is like a known. That's a real thing. Yeah, Grammy award, Grammy award. But to your point though, I hope more people, unfortunately, in his passing, look into his story and learn that what you're saying is true. Is that the attention was never something that he wanted. He just liked making music, and
Yeah.
but for all intents and purposes, he seemed to be a bit of just a person who enjoyed making music and wanted to live his life. And he made "How Does It Feel" Untitled. He became a sex symbol, and he never wanted that. And I think there's a video online of him like breaking stuff on stage, and they were like just because the women were like catcalling him to the point before he even sing a song. It's like, yo, you're not coming for my music, you come here for some bullshit. And I think that really just sent him into a dip, just a space he didn't want him to be in, which I think is a great lesson. And for men to realize what it's like for a woman to constantly receive that shit all the fucking time.
Real shit.
Because
Real
maybe
shit.
we can hear something up when a guy say what it's like, and you can't just be like, well, look at women. Like, no, women go through this shit all the time. So it's like, it's not an excuse, but it's just to realize, like, damn, I wonder what was that like to do this shit to somebody else? So I hope
Right.
it's like a lesson people take from this story,
Right. I
something positive.
also I also found out that that attention also affected D'Angelo and Angie Stone's relationship as well at that time. She spoke on a recent interview about pretty much kind of dating how their love grew out of a friendship. And then
Hmm.
around the time that Untitled How Does It Feel came out and kind of how the aftermath in some ways separated both of them in multiple ways. And just to
Hmm.
see that such a song that truly showcases how good of an artist D'Angelo was, made him also a sex symbol that he never wanted to be.
Facts.
It's sad, man. Cause what if we actually got like 2000s D'Angelo? Like, what would that level of soul be? What would D'Angelo? I mean, of course, we got Black Messiah in 2014, but what would D'Angelo at the time of like maybe the party era would sound like? Would it have evolved into something that's still cool, but got a little bit more bang to it? Would he have gone
Hmm.
into rock a little bit more? Because he has done that in some features that he's did after
True.
Black Messiah came out. Like, there's so many what ifs, and I feel like this really could have been avoided if we respected his music more than just the obvious. And like you said, I think one of the reasons why I like this new genre or this new generation of like women rappers is because they
Hmm.
know they got that shit, but they they use the lyrics as their power, as their true power. So if if you lowbrow, you looking at the obvious shit, but you still buying their music because they're still good at what the fuck they do. You know what I'm saying? Whether
Hmm.
you are out or and actually saying that you support these artists or not. You know what I'm saying? But with D'Angelo, bro, like he's always been a good artist, and to actually see that him disappear from the music industry because of that, and I guess to see him come out and actually make an album like Black Messiah, an album
Yeah.
that seems to be what he really wanted to make.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but it's also a curse too because it would have been really cool to see him progress throughout the 10s and kind of get to a point where he have a full body that which he still does to this day. So let me say that. He still got 3 albums, so it is a full body in some cases. But I really wish I could have saw more from D'Angelo, especially as one of the leading artists of soul in the 1990s, for sure.
I always count live albums too. I
Mm,
count live albums. I love his live album. I don't know if everybody listens to the live album. I love live albums. I love live music. I think that more people should make live albums, but his live album is also amazing. So I think that also helps for me, and also just the song on the soundtracks. So like
yeah, Space Jam.
the Space Jam.
Yeah,
It's one
Found
more
My
too. I can't
Smile.
remember the other one. I found my smile. The other one he did. He got also one recently on the Jesus movie that James
Oh,
Samuel made. Had a
yeah,
song on
yeah, I
there.
heard that. That
The
caught me off
features,
guard.
same. The features, I didn't know. I just saw it the other day. Dave posted it on Instagram. I never even heard it before. But yeah, man. Artists give us what they give us, and then we as fans gotta just make it shake.
Same. That shit.
But a massive loss, man. And 51 is so young, and
Yes.
I don't know. And it sucks to see so many. Somebody put me to post that black men musicians are not making it to 60. And they just had a list of all of the people who did not make it to 60. And it was just brutal, bro. And that was just like, man, you see on one hand, you see what Nas is doing. I think it's phenomenal. And I hope we get to talk about it a little bit more when we get to what are we listening to. With the mass appeal, man, he announced the Big L album is coming soon.
Yeah.
And there's this finally gonna get released. There's rumors are going to have a Jay Z verse on there, which would be fire to give him more,
That would be dope.
more. You know what I mean?
Quite literally.
You know what I mean? And I think from my understanding, the Nas thing, he's not taking like he's giving the families like he's not robbing them. They give them shitty deals, so the family is eating off these deals. Like so, I'm happy to see like the Big L things like that. I'm happy to see the Prodigy album he just put out, the Mobb Deep
Slick
album, which
Rick.
it sounds phenomenal. It's really good. Like and also the production on these albums are really good. I think the Wu Tang ones, not very much. I just don't want to
I
say
haven't
that.
heard the Wu Tang ones yet, but I've heard things about them. I will say that.
I think my theory for the Wu Tang dudes is they need producers and they always pick their own producers. But I want them to get in the booth with Alchemist for 10 songs. I want them to get in the booth with Madlib. I want
Yeah.
them the beats they be picking be frustrating.
Ass,
But
bro.
anyway,
Let's be real. Let's
uh,
be honest.
sorry, there you go. The beats be
There you
trash
go.
without RZA.
I'll say it
So
respectfully.
that was cool. The Slick
Don't
Rick
come for
joint,
me.
I actually really like the Slick Rick joint because it was
I
all
did too.
produced by Idris Elba, and it sounded different,
Which
man. It
caught me
sounded
off
fly.
guard too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They both from London. They both from the UK.
Which makes sense. I was like, yo, they're taking this on a whole different world, despite the fact that it's still Slick Rick's. That caught me off guard. But I heard one of
It
the
was
songs on my Spotify playlist,
it was fly. It was
Spotify
fly.
Weekly.
Yeah.
Shit was dope. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like it. Slick Rick. I like Slick Rick album. I thought it was really fun. It was fun. He
Yeah.
was rapping about. He was trying to do a little storytelling. He was rapping different flows. I liked it. I did. But anyway,
Yeah. Felt like
yeah,
he was
man.
happy.
The 50-year-old thing was the 50 thing is crazy, bro. Like I don't even know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
life happens. It is what it is, but it's just hard to see so many black male icons, artists who give us hip hop. Like it's not even talking about nothing else, just hip hop. It sucks, man, to see so many of them don't even get to see the fruits of their labor.
Real shit. Spent most of their youth being ridiculed for even making this kind of music that's now an industry. And then
Yeah.
when they die, now all of a sudden they get the flowers that they deserve when they should have been getting the flowers when they were still alive in some cases. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now, granted, D'Angelo, when he came back, he was definitely getting the flowers that he finally deserved. You know what I'm saying? But I guess for a lot of artists that are even making music now, go support them motherfuckers, man. Like buy a fucking CD or vinyl or some shit, you know? Cause you don't know when they'll be gone. And then you'll look like an asshole because you didn't take the time to actually support that artist, despite the fact that you might have played their Spotify streams. Fuck them Spotify streams. Like you can get your stream on, but like actually support those artists, man. These
Facts.
niggas don't live forever, bro. They're humans like us. So
Facts.
it's like I know a lot of people focus on the gossip and that's their way of supporting people, but man, like appreciate the music that they put out. You know what I'm saying? Like because we don't know. Like any day they can just fucking disappear from us. You know what I'm saying? Whether they are incarcerated or, you know what I'm saying, they are unlawfully, by the way, or illegally, by the way. Or they just pass away. But like we really gotta support the artists that we have, especially the icons, you know what I'm saying, of the past. And I feel like despite the fact that we're now seeing, like you said, some of those artists actually get the flowers that they deserve, like there's so many artists that haven't really got that love from the 90s, from the in the 2000s, you know? And there's so many artists that are still kind of like that has contributed to the culture and we just forget. And I don't like that. So
Yep.
I'm glad that the awakening this created, you know, allowed us to appreciate his music a little bit more, but we should have been doing this shit when he was still alive because he's literally one of the greatest artists of our time. Quite literally, of our time.
Absolutely.
He made his first album when a lot of us millennials and shit were just being born, and it's
Mhm.
still carried on, especially Voodoo.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest artists of our time, for real.
Absolutely. These things is never fun, yo. Losing like icons is devastating. And I think the thing about D'Angelo music that I've grown to love as I've gotten older and listened to it and seeing like his impact over time is his one focus on like the musician part of the job, not the promoter or the whatever, but like I want to craft beautiful music and then build everything off of or bring everything else off of that. I think sometimes people sacrifice the music for all the other stuff,
Yeah.
and you wind up making, especially nowadays, everything is an algorithm. So the music is algorithm. Everything is based for the algorithm. So to just listen to albums, just crafted so well. Like it's just crafted with like care and concern and intentionality throughout every single thing. It feels just it sounds like so timeless. And it's hard to find music like that. And he always you listen to his interview, read his interviews, you know see his impact, you see that he has always created a positive force of black music to come with it. So when he dropped this is like what they call like the starter of neo soul. Neo soul gave
Yeah.
us phenomenal albums for like a
Yep.
3 to 5 year, 3 year span, almost
At least.
Voodoo came out in 2000, so that's 5 years later.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Mama's Gun came out around that time
Honest God,
too.
you know what I'm saying? So you get the neo soul energy, the whatever it is you created from this is the wave of black art that that's connected to the energy that's being brought. That's amazing because even if you go to the Black Messiah, Terrace Martin said that heavily influenced Pepper Butterfly. Like he said it heavily influenced Pepper Butterfly. You don't get Solange album, "Seat at My Table," which is also that black expressive art, right? You might not get Lemonade, you know what I
They
mean?
just wrote about something. They just wrote about the importance of voodoo or re-release. Let me say that. It was wrote back in I think 17, if I'm correct, or 2016 by Saint Heron, and then they re-released it again after D'Angelo's passing. But yeah, no, you're right. Like, voodoo was like D'Angelo's music was an important factor for Saint Heron in general, for sure,
Mm.
especially voodoo.
I think that he just creates this massive wave of black art. He was intentional about black art, and we need, with all this going on in the world, you need artists to begin to speak up.
Yes.
You cannot be silent on the things that's happening in communities. You have to use he said this on an interview, like artists don't they artists have to use their power some type of form or fashion. It cannot be ambivalent to what is happening. Like it's scary, it's hard, it's difficult. But if you listen to any other artist who became an icon when they made that pivot, their careers, yes, they got harder, whatever, whatever, but then they became icons for a reason. They became bigger than just the record sales, and people forget about their issues. That he said they talked to the people. When Martin was going on, Barry Gordy, they like the record label was fighting against him to put that out. They were like, "No, like this is not what you do. You don't make these kind of songs." He had to fight to put the song out. It was a hit, and also it changed him, and it became something that, like, to this day holds meaning. Like, same for so many other people, especially the ones who did not have independence. Like James Brown could say whatever the hell he wanted because James Brown owns so many radio stations. He know he gonna get played, but it's everybody didn't have that. People had to work the Motown machine and everything else like everybody else. So musicians, man, like musicians have to speak up, especially black artists, man. I love what Chance the Rapper is doing. I love that he went up there and made a statement about how you F ICE. Like
Yeah.
you need that, yo. Like
Yeah.
people cannot like you can be Mr. Preachy Man, but you gotta say something.
Also, his album goes fucking crazy.
It
Yo,
does. I like it. I like it.
yo,
He
I'm
should
quite surprised.
he did get the Grammy nom. He should have got the Grammy nom.
He should have got a great, yeah, yeah, because this was a great return to form for real. Even the cover shows that was a return to form for real. I digress. It's not
Mhm.
about him. It's about D'Angelo. But I will say that album's kind of leaning into like that album's kind of working itself on me. But I know we're probably going to talk about that a little bit more. But yeah, now for D'Angelo, I'm going to probably stand on and to say that he is one of the best artists of our time. I will say that he's one of the most mysterious artists of our time just due to the sheer amount of music that he's been able to make that still continues to get discovered to this day, whether it's just me stumbling upon it or the entire internet finding out all at once. I think that this album particularly was a joy to go through again and will always be one of those top 3 albums I will probably, take with me if I ever had to go to an island, you know what I'm saying, forever, you know? I honestly think I said that in college, like, there's one of the albums that, yeah, if I ever go to an island, this is one of the ones that I'm gonna play. I need something that smoothens my soul before I play something ratchet. But nah, man, we lost a real one. I just want more people to appreciate what this man been able to bring to the world for sure. But I digress.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, D'Angelo.
yeah,
Your music will always be a part of this culture, no matter how many people try to erase shit. And I really hope we did a great job, or at least a good job, in talking about how special your debut was. And I hope that one day we can go into Voodoo and take a listen and appreciate that
yeah.
album as well.
Same.
But rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace.
100%. Absolutely. Rest in peace. Oof, man.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up, man. What are you listening to?
Well, I could definitely say that Chance the Rapper album is definitely kind of the one I've been throwing in rotation lately a lot. I didn't miss it when it first came out. I heard some of the singles, and at first I was like, "Oh, this okay." But I think when I heard, I'm probably going to get the name wrong, but Drapomania or Draptomania, I don't know.
Mhm.
But it's the song that's like, "Go crazy, go crazy." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
shit, okay." But, yeah, I've been listening to his album. No, I'm saying it right, Drake to Mania, yeah,
Yeah, you got it
with,
right. You got it right.
Baby Chief Do It, yeah. That shit was hard. Also, like the other additions to this album, it feels very Blog era, but then it has new additions like Young Thug and Tia Koren, and it got fucking Smino on there, which makes sense because Smino, despite the fact that he's from St. Louis, he does a lot of work in Chicago, so that makes sense.
Absolutely,
He's part of
absolutely. That's a fact.
that crew in some ways. It all makes sense in some ways. Like he got Jamila Woods on here. Like this is definitely a really good return to form for him after
Mhm.
the big day. And I'm just more interested in seeing like what route Chance is gonna go because it feels like he still got that sauce to make really fire music like this. But I also know that, he still has values that he wants to abide by and maintain as he continues his artistry. And of course, as we saw throughout his career, musically and, through, through public reception, he's been juggling both. So I can
Mhm.
understand that it's kind of tough to do that both within your music and in real life, especially when you got a
Yeah.
daughter and your relationship with your wife is being thrusted out to the public. Completely get it. But the fact that he is still able to crank out something like this, he should definitely get more respect and attention for this album alone. Now, granted, we had a lot of shit come out this year as well. So he's competing with a lot. Like he's competing with the Clips, he's competing with Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. There's a lot of shit that's been coming out. But I will give that man some flowers. I've been definitely banging that Starline album. Way better than I thought. Way better than I thought. I've also been listening to some Jamiroquai, Traveling Without Moving remaster. Occasionally when I play like this lacrosse game on my Xbox, I like customize different teams and shit. So I've been blasting a lot of Jamiroquai to kind of get through that. I've also been blasting Gucci,
Mm.
specifically Mr. Davis and Everybody Looking. When Mr. Davis came out, I heard some songs, but I heard the DJ play one of his songs at a club, and I was like, damn. I ain't hear this Gucci. So I went back through Mr. Davis and then Everybody Looking like that's probably one of my favorite Gucci albums. It's also the album that made me really appreciate Gucci's work previously beforehand.
Yeah.
Because I think when he was kind of exploding and blowing up as an artist, I didn't really respect him because he was a new wave of artists at a time where we were still listening. Well, I know I was. I was still listening to alternative, backpack, hip hop, shit like that. So I didn't really appreciate Gucci unless I was at a party. But when
Yeah.
Everybody Looking came out, it had both a beautiful mix of like ratchet shit, but then also like introspection. So I think going back to that album was dope for me. And then also knowing the story of how the album was made when he first got out of jail. Everybody was hype about him getting out, and he just went straight to the studio to make the album. And then,
Mhm.
fact that he was working on the album when he was in jail, just writing shit up there. There was a lot of, you know, anticipation going into the
Yeah.
album and just knowing the whole story behind it. It made me appreciate that listen a little bit more. What else? This song called Universal Timing by Benzo Scott. I can't tell you how it sounds right now because I don't want to blast that music while we playing shit. I went through based off of our Pitchfork playlist, I went through Shabazz Palaces again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
added those to
album.
my list too.
Right, that shit, oh, it's so good. it's so
Yeah,
weird, but it's so good. Black Up.
I gotta play it.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad I saw them perform as well. I saw them perform the same year, I saw D'Angelo perform. They were at the same
That's tough.
yeah, that same Afro Punk that
That's
year.
tough. That's tough.
What else, what else, what else? There was another song that I stumbled upon this week that was really dope, and I guess I definitely was also listening to Voodoo while listening to
Yeah,
D'Angelo, so
absolutely.
of course. But there's one song that I stumbled across, also King of the Mysterious South, I was listening to that as well. But there's one song that I was listening to that was really dope. It's called Night Shift by Mitsu and Remy Vernon. Very jazzy, very upbeat, very bright. But man, that breakdown at the end, man. Yeah, it made me had to come back. That shit slapped in the car too, man. Very, very dope ass song. So other than that, man, what else? What else? What else? Can't Wait by New Shoes. These are just tracks I'm throwing out there now. Melodies.
I can go. I can go too.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I think that's it for
I'm
me.
listening to Payroll Giovanni's album. If not me,
Okay.
then who? Jay Worthy's put out two albums. One to know Once Upon a Time one and Once Upon a Time two.
That was the one Mac was talking about, right?
Yeah, but he put out two last Friday,
Oh, damn.
last Saturday, something like that. So I've been playing that. I've been playing Shaka Khan's I Feel For You, that album
Ooh.
with the Through the Fire sample
Yeah.
that's on there. Chronix, he does a lot of he's a reggae artist. He works for everybody on hip
That
hop.
man needs his flower too, man. He been around for a while. I think that's like
He
the
put out a great
leading
album. He put out a great album, man. You should check it out. It's called Exile. It's
yeah,
produced by Inflow, who does a lot of stuff for Little Sims and Salt and Cleo Soul. Great producer over in London. So
yeah.
it sounds amazing. Great, great, great. Also been listening to Voodoo. Honestly, this made me listen to like a bunch of neo soul. So I was already talking about this when we did Mac and Dave. I was already listening to like for water chocolate, light chocolate, whatever. Like water for chocolate, whatever it's called.
Like,
The
well,
Common
Common,
album.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about that
Okay.
album. And so the whole neo soul thing kind of just flowed because it was all from that same soul Aquarius era. So a
Yeah.
lot of that. So Mama's Gun, listened to some Music Soul Child, Jill Scott. So I was in all of that. So for a good little while, just in that vibe. What else? What else? Mexico Joe put out a new song. I like
Ooh.
Mexico Joe. That's yeah, good
Yo,
people, good people.
isn't he I could be wrong. Isn't that the same dude that produced for Playboy Cardi in the past?
I think so.
Before he
Him or
started
Drake.
doing his own music? Okay.
I know he produced for Drake too.
Wow, I didn't know that.
One of those albums. Yeah, oh, and, '03 Greedo too. So I've been playing Greedo, like Greedo, Mexico Joe, and Young Jeezy album, Still Snowing. It's fire,
Yeah.
man. It's groovy.
Really?
It's upbeat, man. He got some samples on there. He moving, bro. He got the peep. It's more better than I thought.
You really listen, I might be a little bit more on the Gucci side. I I would probably say now when it comes to the
Mhm.
Jeezy Gucci comparison. Jeezy makes some really good motivational music.
100%.
I know that Thug Motivation is like, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but when you actually listen to like the how the sonics of each song is kind of set up,
Mhm.
it makes you wanna go up and go do some shit. Now, what you gonna go up and do, get up and do, that's up to you, but it makes you wanna
He
go do something. It makes
he
you
always
it
gave
uplifts
good
you.
reality raps. He gave good reality
Yeah,
raps.
yeah, but they still slap though. That's the
It
crazy
was like
thing. Even All
e
In, All There,
even
excuse
the
me.
recession, the
Yeah,
recession.
that's my favorite album. That's my favorite
Mine
Jeezy
too.
album.
Mine too. Mine too.
Yeah.
Yo, anything to plug, yo? So you can before we wrap up?
Yes, new documentary is out.
Mm.
This is all right. So I was an executive producer for this documentary called Three Courses of Moco. It is about three immigrant-owned restaurants in Montgomery County, Maryland. Fire ass food too. Oh my gosh, this African place got the best motherfucking. Oh my gosh, got the best fish dish that I've had in a while. Oh my god, and then their fucking jollof rice. Oh, so good. But yeah, so this documentary is out through Montgomery Community Media. That is out right now on YouTube. Go check that out. Three Courses of Moco. Off the Dribble 23 is coming out soon. And then I'm also working on another project that I can't really talk about now until I actually build a team. But just know it's definitely on popping. And if you know me in a group chat, you already know that I probably dropped it. So there you go. I dropped that hint out there. So Yeah, man. Other than that, we still out here. We still working. Before underscore on Twitter. Now X, yeah, Vance B underscore on IG. Check me out. Oh, also Sixes Prize League is coming back around. That starts in November, so I will be
Mm.
competing in that. That will be live, so you can actually watch us live or watch a replay of me smacking people around through sixesprizeleague.com. So yes, I actually want that fucking trophy, like badly. Pull up on mine.
Let's hope you get
Yes.
it, good bro.
Yeah.
I ain't got shit to say. Just like, follow, share, and subscribe. Keep tapping in
Yeah.
with us. We absolutely love what we do, and y'all make it possible. Email us
Yes.
at the record report podcast at
Yes.
gmail.com for any questions, takes, hot takes, what we missed, what we got wrong, what you want to do. You want to come on and talk to us about it. And follow us on all the socials, record report on everything. Just search it, you find it. Yeah, man. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.